Y'all, the October challenge is off the chain. We finished week 1. We just started week 2 today, and it is a beast, but we are getting it in, and we are really enjoying Trap and Tone. At least I'm enjoying it, y'all. I feel like I'm getting into the best shape of my damn life with Kiara LaShae. Y'all can sign up for the challenge. You won't be eligible to get any of the prizes, but you can actually get the workouts from going to ifyoucanmove.com and signing up. Okay, tell them that Bondy Blue sent you. Y'all can use my email, bondy.brittany@gmail.com, which is always down below in the description box, along with the link for the websites. And also, don't forget to try the TLCT, y'all. NutriBurst, I live by it, okay? Y'all think we be playing, all of the reality stars and everybody be trying to sell y'all the NutriBurst and the tea, and y'all think we bullshitting with y'all. Y'all can keep playing if y'all want to, but y'all see us. Okay, we're getting it together. I ain't all the way there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm better than I was 5 months ago. 6 months ago, child, I'm better than I was this whole time. Okay, so if y'all trying to get in shape, you're trying to start your workout journey, please check out Kiara LaShae and ifyoucanmove.com. And also, if you want to purchase TLCT or any of their products, the NutriBurst, please buy it from me. Link down below. All right. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Ready to Love Last Resort. All right, so the episode starts off with all of the singles joining each other at the resort. Okay, everybody is drinking mimosas and hugging and having casual, awkward conversations. So we see Raymond and Naya speaking, okay? And y'all know he's a guitar player with 5 kids by 5 different women who traveled around with Genuine and Tank. When we yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I was like. I don't be aggressive. I don't be a savage. Look, never mind. When we okay, I'm done. Anyway, I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner. Someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible. Take me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off. If you're, hey, let's do it. Look, I'ma stop. Because I know some of y'all really don't like when I sing. Oh, Lord. Anyway, y'all. So once Naya hears that he's a musician, she's out of there. Okay? This conversation doesn't need to go any further. Nobody wants to deal with that. Uncle Tommy comes in and points out how Miss Denise looks like Aunt Viv, which she absolutely does. Okay, the cheekbones, there's a velvety texture to the skin. I mean, she's so beautiful. It's really annoying me that her attitude is stank. Okay, she's treating Adriana like trash. We're gonna get into that. She is putting her issues from a past relationship onto Rashid in the most disrespectful way. It's quite annoying, okay? I still don't like the fact that Rashid called her aggressive for what? That 5-minute encounter that they had. I just felt like it wasn't aggressive. Like, we can say it was a lot of things, but I just don't like that wording. And I feel like when people continue to use that wording for everything that they find as like an awkward or weird encounter with a black woman, it just annoys me. And it even annoys me more when other black people continue to do it. Like, find another word. There are a whole bunch of adjectives out there that you could find, okay, for this lady besides aggressive, for the interaction that actually took place. Okay, not what's going to happen in the future and what we saw in the previews and, you know, kind of in her attitude. But either way, y'all, that's still how I feel about it. I don't care. Okay. Kelfani is ready for the competition, okay? He enjoy have a conversation, and she likes that he's swaggy. He feels like he's swaggy. It's a lot of swag going on, okay? She vibing with him. He vibing with her. And I'm like, oh, that's another woman that Kelfani is putting the moves on. This is going to get messy and interesting, I can see. Adriana is really feeling Rashid, which I didn't think she would, considering how she ghosted him when they dated the first time. But she's really feeling him, and he is a real contender for her, which might save him because everybody else is not feeling him. They feel like he is, a narcissist, or he's feeling himself too much, or to put it plain, he's an asshole. So Chris and Naya have a lot of chemistry, and they actually go on a date down to kayak on the lake together, and I really like them. I agree with the homegirl Crystal when she said they need to just go ahead and leave the show and see what it's hitting for with this relationship. They don't need to see no more people. When you vibing hard like this, okay, when y'all are, feeling each other and on the same wavelength, rolling with the homie like this, y'all don't need to keep, seeing everybody else. It will only confuse you, okay? But either way, it's their first date. He says he's trying to get to know the naked Naya. And what he meant was the real her and who she is deep down inside under her wig. You know what I'm saying? And then they enjoy nature together. And if y'all remember, the last time we saw them together, they had taken their shoes off and walked in the grass and had a conversation. Like, just doing a lot of things that I feel like help people create genuine connections is when they can enjoy nature together, because it's beautiful and it makes you feel good to be in it and observe it, and then observe it with another beautiful chocolatey person. Like, it was just awesome. Okay, they talk, they both really want kids, which is ideal. They both want the same things. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good match. Like, I see this happening, and I really hope that nobody ruins this for them. Okay, moving along. So there's a group date, right? And Joy was talking about how she felt like David wasn't, really diving deep with a lot of the ladies, I guess, or wasn't really paying them any real attention. And he was like, well, actually, I really was trying to talk to you. I was coming back for you. And he did that. He pointed at Joy. And she took it in an aggressive way. And I really think she took it the wrong way. However, I do feel like men like David, okay, you have a lot to offer. You're young. You bring a lot to the table as far as you're concerned. You dress really well. You lotion yourself up. You care about how you look. You leave a few of the buttons unbuttoned on your shirt. Some of that inclines me to think you're a bit of an asshole. You might be full of yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. When men feel like there's so much of a catch that they can in some ways dictate the relationship, like they're the one that's really the prize in this situation. I'm not a fan of men like that. Yes, we are both the prize in this situation, but please understand and appreciate the feminine and the goddess that it is, okay? And if you don't appreciate that, well, you don't deserve to sip from the nectar. You don't deserve to get some of the life elixir that resides in between my thighs. Do you hear me? Waxing poetical. But his vibe threw some people off, okay? Simone really opened up during this time, and she pointed out that she thinks that David is guarded just like she's guarded. And we get a little backstory on Simone because she did rub people wrong with the way she questioned them, the way she came off that first time. And David expressed how he felt that Simone came off, a little tough when they talked to each other. He said her energy was trash. Her conversation was trash. She looked great, but the conversation was trash. So now she knows that let's be a little bit more open with who we are. And she talks about how she had a really, a really hardcore father, somebody who wasn't really emotionally available to a girl child. And in some ways that hardened her and made her feel like she had to constantly strive to be so great because nothing was ever good enough. I can kind of get this. My dad did give a little bit more, and I don't feel like he just didn't sound as bad as her dad sounded, but I still understand. There are layers to this, and my dad was somewhat like that, very hard to please. In that way, I'm a tougher chick than a lot of people might think I am because of the type of parent that I grew up having. So I get why she feel like she, has this external hard casing. They asked Raymond what they think, he's looking for. Like, what kind of love is he looking for? And he says, look, I feel like I found love within myself. For a lot of years, I was going around trying to fill a hole with all of these different people and things and external forces. And now I have love within myself, and I'm just trying to find somebody to share that with. I think that sounded good, but I think part of him knows what to say to whatever the group is. And I feel like he knows he's sitting in front of a whole bunch of grown women, so he has to come from some deep, profound place with what he's looking for. I found love within myself. Yeah, all of that's cute and cool and everything, but you still come off a certain way that makes me feel like I don't know if you're necessarily being genuine with the way you say you've progressed in your thought process and your emotional intelligence. I don't know if I necessarily believe that from you, Raymond. He also shares that he's had his 5 children. So it's not like he wants to have more, but if he's with a woman that wants more children, then he will oblige, which makes some women feel like, I don't want to be with someone who's having the child because I want the child. I want to be with someone who loves me and want to have a child with me. Inside the house, some of the fellas, Ryan and David, are talking about how before they got here, they purged their phones and got rid of whoever they were talking to beforehand in preparation for finding the one here on the show. And, for a lot of the women, it was just kind of like, yeah, sure. yeah, sure. Then some of the guys have a push-up competition down by the pool. This is when Denise has another opportunity to gauge how much like her ex Rashid is and how she doesn't really like him. She sees him as a narcissist. And I don't know what he's done exactly to give off all of that. You know what I'm saying? He must really look like whoever this ex of hers was, because I think she's putting way too much on this man. I don't even feel like they've had interactions, to that level for you to have this much animosity towards somebody you met yesterday. Is it just me? But then we bring Kelfani into the situation, and she's so sweet and so nice, and they have great conversation, and she's not seeing him as a narcissist, even though he's going around talking to every damn body. I was just like, why is it that you can see the narcissism in Rashid, but you can't see the narcissism in the trainer? Like, is it just me? Like, what's going on here? Okay. But they have a good conversation, good time had by all. Alicia and David play pool and they have a conversation. And he talks about how as a man, he wants to be in charge of mostly everything. Yes, I need to be with a woman who understands that as a man, I'm going to have control of mostly everything. And it's just kind of like, I really wish, you men with that mindset would just die out. You know what I mean? Because y'all want to be in control of everything, but y'all also don't want to take on all of the responsibility. And to whom much is given, much is required. So if you're going to, control everything, then you also need to be responsible for damn near everything. You know what I'm saying? And it feels as if when Alicia brought up how, are you going to take care of me and my kids? It's like, why would I do everything for you and your kids? Those are your kids. Why would I do everything? I don't know, nigga, because you want to run shit? Maybe that's why. If you want to run shit, you take on the responsibility, but you don't get to dictate which things are your responsibility while you control everything. Yeah, nah. We can dictate responsibility together. I do this, you do that. That's what partnership in marriage is about. It is not about being in a relationship that turns out to be a dictatorship, where a woman is just cooking and cleaning and waiting on you hand and foot and working, and you feel like, oh, I'm working so I can tell you everything that you gonna do. Oh no, good sir. If we both working, if we're both doing our part in whatever way we're doing it, we're gonna come together to make decisions, okay? And if I trust what you said is right, then we'll make a decision that you bring to the table. But if I'm right, we're going to make a decision that I bring to the table. That's how this works. Everybody should have their area of expertise. And also, everybody should be open and receptive to listening to their partner, because that's what the hell they are, a partner. Somebody you decide shit with. See how that works out? So yeah, that turned Alicia off, and whoever else was in earshot, that turned them off as well. So there's a group date, okay, with Brian, Alex, Adriana, Rashid, some other people. I believe Denise was out there. I can't remember exactly who all were out there, okay? But the main thing is Adriana and Rashid had a little pooch, had a little kiss, okay? Had a little smooch, had a little kiss while they were playing their games, okay? Brian and Alex have a little smooch as well, and he said he needs to get some more of that. I said, oh, all right, they cute. I like them. I don't know if it's gonna go all the way there because it's still too early to tell, but they cute. I really like Alexis or Alex. I like her vibe. I think her name is Alexandria, right? Yeah, it's Alexandria and they call her Alex. Okay, so I really like her. I like her vibe. I like her energy. Brian, I'm still kind of waiting on it. He is nice looking. He seems to be a cool guy. He seems really sweet. You gotta wait and see though, because sometimes an asshole will jump out of a dude's mouth, and you just never saw it coming. You're like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's nice to meet you, real Brian. Okay, I was tired of having all of the interactions with your representative. Sometimes it's like that. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is, but we just gonna wait and see. Ray and Adriana talk alone to see, what's going on with them. At first, they really felt, some type of connection, and he's just trying to check in to see if she's still feeling him. But they have a conversation about marriage. And he basically says it's just a piece of paper. I don't know why we have to, take it there. If everything is good in a relationship, why do we need to get married? It's not a big deal. And it's like, okay, so you're already starting off bad. And now you're telling us, as, the women who are here wanting to get married, that marriage is not necessarily something that you deem necessary or even something that you feel is important. And if you don't feel that it's important, then you don't respect it. So if I do marry you, are you going to respect the institution of our marriage, or are you going to dog me out as if you would have if I was just your girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? So this turned Adriana off. Sounds like Raymond is playing games the way everybody thinks he's playing games. So the women talk to Uncle Tommy about who they're feeling, okay? They're feeling Jay, which we haven't seen a lot of him, but I'm sure as we get into the episodes, we'll have more interactions with different people. But Jay, Kelfani, who we've all seen, that's the trainer. Anthony, who also had a little bit of a connection with Denise. I believe he was rubbing on her feet. Adriana points out how much she is feeling Rashid. She said that's her man. I was like, girl, you're doing too much too soon. Calm down, okay? Denise makes a face because Denise is starting to come off as a hater, specifically in Adriana's direction. Naya, of course, likes Chris. We've already said that they need to just go on ahead and be together. And Raymond is on the chopping block because he is the musician, and now he's told Adriana that he's not sure if he really wants marriage. Alicia brings up how David turned her off with this whole conversation about how he wants to be in charge but doesn't want to also take care of her kids. Joy also heard that conversation and was turned off by it. Denise then proceeds to go in on Rashid about how he's so much like this ex that she was with that was a narcissist. And the other women think he's pretentious, but Adriana isn't really seeing it. And I think it's because, he might be showing a different side of himself to Adriana. But honestly, I think that she's just more receptive to him than the other ladies. She's more open because she's younger. A lot of the older women, I think, can see certain things coming a mile away because they've been in relationships with certain men. And I feel like Denise may not necessarily be off with the way that she's feeling, but you don't know him like that, and he hasn't done anything for you to put all of that on him. So it was just kind of like bad back a little bit. If you're not interested in him, then just say that. But the way she was kind of going at Adriana like she was stupid for liking him, I just didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because why does she have to be stupid because she likes him and you don't? So they had 3 men on the chopping block. They had Raymond, Rashid, and David. Denise talks to David, and he feels like, he may have said the wrong thing when he had that conversation with Alicia about not taking responsibility for her kids. But he also, kind of got defensive and was like, y'all not going to put me out there like that. If a woman is with me, then I take care of my woman. And it's like, well, we don't know you, and we can only go off of your energy and what you say. So if you said it, then that's how we took it. Don't get mad at us because we're now feeling what you're putting down. Denise, he and Denise kept interrupting each other, and it was quite like, just antagonistic a little bit to me. But she was just like, peace, king. That's it. The lady said, you're not ready to love. Deuces. So it wasn't Raymond that was on the chopping block. It was just 2 men. Okay. And then Winter has a conversation with Rashid. And she says that they need to see the real side of him. They don't need to see the person that he's putting on. They don't need to see, the personality he wants everybody to think he has. They want to see who the real Rashid is. And I'm not exactly sure if he's putting on or if that's just who he is and y'all just don't jive with that. I'm not exactly sure. I think we have to see more. So I'm kind of glad they didn't send Rashid home, because even though he's probably coming off a certain way, I don't know if that's like because he feels like it's a competition or if that's really the way he is. So they need to give him more time. But David, on the other hand, his whole energy is stank. So he needed to go. He needed to go. Nobody needs stank energy over here. But anyway, y'all, that was Ready to Love. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.